Hello, good morning, everybody. Good morning, YouTube. Today, I will be talking about database design, specifically on relational database. So, a lot of people have been thinking about how do I store my data? How do I structure data to be able to retrieve them very easily? Today, I'm going to make it so simple, demystify a whole lot of things about relational database design. So we are going to start with that idea you have in your mind. You want to store data on what? Is it going to be on, call it student? Is it going to be on vehicle? Is it going to be on anything you can think of? So long as you have that idea of storing data, storing something about a particular thing, that is the first step. So we're going to take it from there. So it's going to be on, we said, relational database design. Yeah, it's going to be relational database design. So the first thing is for us to take entity. This entity we have said is anything you can keep record of. So let's say it is anything you can keep record of. So we gave an instance. It can be student. Make sure you don't make it plural. It can be vehicle. It can be book. It can be product. Yeah. So if you are able to pinpoint one thing you want to keep record of, we're going to take them. These are examples we are going to structure. We want to work on them. So the first step is that you have been able to identify what you want to keep record of. So if we take a student, one of the things I want you to bear in mind is that nothing exists alone. Therefore, anytime you are picking any entity, because of the name relational, you have to be thinking of what other things will be interacting with this, or what other things will this be dependent on. Therefore, if you pick a student, student does not exist alone. So student must be in a department. Department will be within a faculty. A faculty will be in an institution, a school. So if we begin to look at them like that, it's going to help us to understand, to structure our data properly. So when you pick a student, you now begin to, we want to look at this student we have picked. Student, we are going to represent it with a rectangle. So this is like the umbrella name that will have other things. So I don't want to make this video too long. I want to pick it gradually, split it, so you are going to get everything that you need to understand how you are going to structure your data. Now, after picking any entity you want to work on, or you want to structure, or you want to model, what you need to do is, what are the things that will help me identify that particular entity? For instance, we are picking the student now. So the student will have so many things we can use to identify or describe the student. So every student will have some features. So we are going to be calling it fields or attributes. Student will have first name. All the attributes, we are going to make them atomic. So what that means is that you don't need to have any field that will be lumped together, like saying student name. Name can be split into first name, last name, other names. So we look at also last name. The next thing, the student will have reg number. The student will have phone number, probably email for now. So as we proceed, the student may also have date of birth, DOB, date of birth. So these are things we can use to, don't worry, I know you may be asking, what of department? You may be also asking, what of state of origin? Those things are going to be their own entity. So in the next version or in the next episode, we are going to now have other things that this student will depend on, and now see how we can model a very nice student management system using relational database design. Now, most of the things you may be doing is, first of all, to structure your data, because almost everything in IT circles around data. So if you are able to structure, to model your data very well, you will see that a whole lot of things will become so easier and simpler. Now, let me stop here for now. We said student, so come up with the attributes, and subsequently we are now going to look at what are the things that the student will depend on to have a very nice interaction or to become a student. What I mean by that is this: when we have department as an entity and we have state as an entity, we are going to be asking ourselves questions. So in other parts of this relational database design, we are going to now begin to expand from this simple thing we built. So that is for students. Now, if we pick vehicle, there are things also we need to do about the vehicle. Okay, let me not play that of student. So if we pick vehicle now, we are going to also represent that with rectangle. So what are the things we are going to use to describe the vehicle? A vehicle will have plate number, it will have color, it will have model. Some people, it will have make, although somebody may argue that we don't need to put make there, but make is going to be a different entity. So what we mean is this: a plate number, every vehicle must have a number. Now, it must maintain a color. Is it going to be 1999 or 2015 model? Is it going to be Mercedes, Toyota, Hyundai, or whatever? So these are things we are going to use to describe, but subsequently we are going to also make this a different entity. Now, if we look at book, I want you to get it clearly so that you will start, modeling your own data. Now, if we look at book as an entity, represent it with rectangle, then what are the things you can use to describe a book? You can say the book will have ISBN, it will have title of the book, it will have publication, let's call it year of publication, year of pub. Now, I know you may be thinking that this book should have an author. Yes. Now, that is what we are going to do in the next part. The book should have author, the book should also have publisher, but these things I have mentioned, the book depends on the author and not the other way around. So we are going to form that relationship in the next part. So I want you to follow, subscribe to my YouTube channel to get notification, and also don't forget to hit the bell icon for you to get notified whenever I release a new video. So that is it. Now if we look at product, that will be the last one we are going to look at. Product. Okay, what are the things we are going to describe the product with? We are going to, what is the product name? What is the product price? Okay, for now, okay, we may say let's look at quantity as well. But for now, let us leave it here because there are so many other things we are going to be looking at when we talk about this product, because that is where the relational comes in, the relationship will come in. A product will belong to some things. So in the next part, we are going to continue. Thank you very much.